Hi folks, my name is Ali D'Andrea. Welcome back to another Outdoor Solutions recipe video. If you guys haven't met me yet, my name is Ali D'Andrea and I will be appearing in a lot more of these recipe videos here on the Outdoor Solutions YouTube channel. I'm working with Greg on it and I'm super excited and happy to be here. So today we are making chorizo stuffed peppers, and my God, this looks like it's going to be incredible. If you have not heard of the From Field to Table events that Outdoor Solutions hosts, I would highly recommend checking it out. That is where this recipe is coming from, and actually the hog that I am using in today's recipe came from a From Field to Table event that I attended with Greg and Eddie back in March of this year. So it's super cool. It's an awesome way to learn the way that you can process your food and then turn it into something incredible. So be sure to check that out, but without further ado, let's jump right in. So first thing that I'm going to do is cut my peppers. I have some poblano peppers and I have some sweet peppers. I'm doing a mix of both just because I'm interested to see how they taste and how they turn out. Okay, now on to my sweet peppers. Same thing, cutting the top off, cutting them in half lengthwise, and then de-seeding. You don't have to use both sweet and poblano peppers. It is purely up to you which you like best. Nick bought both at the store, so I figured might as well try both, see which ones I like better. Next, we are going to mix up our spice blend. So let me set these peppers aside. First, for the spices, we have a half of a teaspoon of salt. I am eyeballing. Half a teaspoon of chili powder. Looks good. Now, a fourth of a teaspoon of cumin. Cumin is one of my favorite, oh, this one's already open, favorite spices. Good. And then half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Oh, this one doesn't have a little, okay, I gotta be really careful with this one. Shake it up first. You shake up your spices, it can help. Sometimes if they sit in your cabinets for too long, they'll kind of clump together, so always give them a shake, because otherwise you'll go to pour and then they'll all pop out. Abby girl, sit down. Sit. You can come here. Good girl. Shh. Okay. Fourth a teaspoon of cayenne. There you go. And cayenne packs a punch, so I want to be careful when I add that. Clean my spoon off. Mix those together. Oh yeah, this is gonna be so good. Next step is sauteing our chorizo. So let's get our cast iron pan on a medium-high heat and get some olive oil in the pan. Just spreading the oil evenly. Now we wait until this olive oil just barely starts to smoke. That's when we'll know that the pan is hot enough for our chorizo. In the meantime, let's pat the chorizo dry. Try to pull this out without all the juices coming with it. Look at that. Now with paper towels, pat this dry. You could rinse it off if you wanted to. I'm not going to. I'm just patting it dry. Both sides. The reason why it's so important to pat your meat dry before you sear it is because if you don't, the water or the moisture that's left on the meat will start to almost steam the meat when it hits the pan, and steam does not equal crusty caramelization. It's the exact opposite of what we want. So you really want to make sure it's as dry as it can possibly be before it gets in the hot pan. This is obviously cased chorizo. We had mixed this up at the From Field to Table event back in March. So if you have ground chorizo, that is actually what the recipe calls for. Since I already have it cased, I'm going to cook it cased, and then I will cut it up into little like cubes once it's already cooked. Waiting for the smoke. Always add it and press away from you so you don't get splashed with oil. Oh my God, I swear I can smell it instantly. The spices of the chorizo, it's gonna be good. Yeah, beautiful color. It's exactly what we want. Beautiful color. Caramelization. That brown color that you see is the flavor. Want that. Next, I'm gonna prep the remainder of the ingredients to saute. So that is garlic, onion, red and yellow peppers. Then we'll add tomato, beans, and corn. There's 1, 2, I'll do 3. Take your knife flat, give it a good press. Give it a good press. Press. Then it'll peel off easy. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, chop, chop. Let's flip it one more time. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's ready. There we go. Nice. Did start to break apart a little bit, but that's a-okay for what we're making. So I'm gonna leave all those juices in there. I did turn this off for a minute while I finish chopping up everything else, but everything is going to go back in that pan to soak up all of that flavor. First, can of diced tomatoes. Open that bad boy up. Black beans. Then we have corn. And this one is a pop top. Let's turn our pan back on, this time a medium heat. We'll add a little more olive oil if we need to, and then we'll add all of these ingredients to the pan. This time we'll just go with a medium. Oh, this olive oil bottle is slippery. Just do a nice little drizzle of that. That'll heat up quick. Smells so good. Fabulous. Wow. This is gonna be awesome. Now we are going to add our seasoning blend that we mixed up a little bit earlier. Beautiful. Give that a good stir. I'm gonna take my chorizo that has already been cooked and sauteed, and I'm just going to cut it up into some smaller pieces. Now that I've cut this open, it's actually still pretty raw on the inside, and it is going to go in the smoker to cook further, but I'm going to add this into the vegetables now so that this has a chance to cook a little bit more. In hindsight, I should have left it on when I was sauteing it earlier, just a little bit longer, but no biggie. It'll just go in the pan with the rest of our ingredients. There we go, and I'll give that a good stir. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to take each of those peppers that we cut in half. I'll just take some of my filling, stuff it in there, as much as I can stuff in there. Side note, I didn't end up using all of that hog chorizo. It just would have been too much, so I used just a little over half, just so you guys know, like recipe-wise. Now, these peppers are going to go on the pellet grill at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. Oh my, she smells good. Now we are topping with some cheese. This is the Fiesta blend. Nick could not find the cheese that the recipe called for at the grocery store, so this is what we got. I'm gonna get this on so that it starts to melt. Chop up some cilantro, and we're ready to eat. I'm gonna top with some fresh cilantro, and a lot of it. I love cilantro. I'm inclined to go for the sweet peppers just because that's the type of person I am, so that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see, I might need, oh boy, I might need to stand up for this. Grab you. Yeah. Yes, okay, we got her. All right. Let's eat. Now, our taste tester, unfortunately, cannot eat today's meal. It's a little too spicy for the four-legged kind, but I get to enjoy it right now. Oh my goodness. Spicy and delicious. Oh my god. Whoa. Oh. Whoa. So many flavors. Wow. That is a Mexican fiesta. Quite literally. The corn is really sweet. There's the spice. The spice hits you a little bit after. You have the freshness from the cilantro. The pork chorizo is just such a classic flavor that is so powerful and so delicious. Wow. Bravo. Another fantastic recipe from the folks at Outdoor Solutions. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have not already subscribed to the Outdoor Solutions YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe, but that is it. We'll see you guys in the next one.